Are there any bad things about dating American?
No, I don't think so. I don't think... Oh, okay. I think, yeah. What's up everyone and welcome back to our channel. So today we're gonna have a different video. So basically we're gonna sit down, have our dinner, and then we're gonna talk about what it's like to be an international couple. Let's get started.
All right, so for tonight, we've got a really special meal. It is pizza, my favorite thing to eat in the whole entire world, other than chocolate.
Very happy now.
I am happy now. I'll actually be happy once we start actually eating, but yes, I'm gonna try to not look super sloppy, but I don't really know how people do these like mukbang style videos where they sit down and they eat and they look really pretty, and like, I don't. So I'm gonna use a fork, which actually I usually use a fork when I eat pizza anyways, but hopefully it'll be a little bit cleaner. Okay, so what do you think we should start with? I guess we could kind of start about like, maybe we'll start with like the challenges and then we'll work towards the more like positive things. Because there aren't actually many like challenging parts of being an international couple, at least for us. I'm sure that like if we were a couple from different countries, we had different religions and different, you know, but Brazilian and American it's a little different, but not super far off from each other. In terms of like difficulties we've faced, there haven't really been many. The thing that I have struggled with, which I've told Marcio about, I finally was like honest about it, was a lot of his friends that we hang out with are all Brazilian, and some of them speak English. Some speak English really well, some only speak a little bit, and some don't speak any at all. And so that can be hard for me sometimes when we go to hang out with his friends, that they all end up speaking Portuguese, and then I'm just kind of sitting there like,
and they speak faster, huh?
Yeah, and they speak really fast too. I can kind of understand Portuguese if it's like written out, but if people are talking and they're talking really quickly, I usually can't like pick up on anything. I've started to, now that I've been around it so much, but at first it was really challenging, and sometimes I just felt kind of like, almost kind of even like anxious, because I felt like, I don't even know what's happening around me, and like, there's also that pressure of like, you want to obviously like, I want to get along with his family. I want them to like me. I want his friends to like me, and I want, you know, people to enjoy having me around. And I always have that worry of like, they're not gonna be able to get to know me because we don't speak the same language. And I always am worried that people are gonna think that I'm being rude because I'm not like socializing and talking with people. So I think that that's kind of one of the harder things, at least for me, and I'm sure for him too, because I'm sure at times when we're like hanging out with your friends, you don't want to be sitting there having to worry about like translating things for me, which he'll do. He'll kind of like talk, and then he'll turn to me and say like, oh, this is what we're talking about. And so I'm sure that it'd be easier for him if he could just like talk and not have to worry about like me, or like translating things for me. So, but I think that over time it's become easier, and I've learned a few things, so I can kind of like throw that in there when I know how to say something. But yeah, what do you think?
But I think you're doing great actually, because I feel when you know like you have a first language, and then to learn a second language is like kind of complicated. It's kind of hard.
Well, and Portuguese is really different from English.
Portuguese is not easy at all, but I feel you're doing great. You know, you're watching more like movies, you know, you're watching more, listen more music.
I listen to a lot of Brazilian music. I've got a whole Spotify playlist.
Yeah. What is your favorite song?
Covardia Minha? Covardia Minha?
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Por
Covardia. Covardia Minha by Gustavo Lima.
Gustavo Lima.
That's my favorite song.
She likes Gustavo Lima. You like sertanejo, right?
I love sertanejo. I also really like funk, even though Marcio hates it. another challenge in
I
our
mean,
relationship.
I don't hate funk, but the problem is they say too much bad words, so I don't think it's gonna be nice to learn it Portuguese from.
I don't want to learn it. It's just like the beat, you know. It's like makes you want to like get up and dance.
Yeah, but anyways, so I think you're doing great.
Yeah, so I would say that's like one hard thing for me was, you know, trying to like interact with his friends and stuff without speaking their language, and also with his family over FaceTime and stuff. But I feel like at least you've been able to like he's been able to translate stuff for me so that people can like get to know me a little bit better. I would say the other hard thing for me in the beginning of our relationship was Marcio would tell me he was gonna come pick me up for dates at a certain time, and he would show up like an hour late.
Okay.
And that would drive me insane. And I would tell him to be somewhere and he would show up later, which I know is like, for us in America, at least for like my family or like people that I know, if you show up late, that is considered like very rude. But now I've learned over time that for him, it's people in Brazil, it's common to show up late to things, and it's not, people don't take it personally, they don't get upset, they don't get angry, and their intention when they are late is not to be rude or to offend anybody or anything like that. Not that I ever thought that he was trying to offend me, but it was just more so I'm more of like a on time person, or like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes late, but
yeah, because I feel like it's common in Brazil, like people just gonna have like a dinner, and then you can invite like you're gonna have a dinner, and then you're gonna invite friends to come over. The dinner will start like 9 p.m.
Oh, other thing, you guys eat dinner really late.
Yeah.
Here, at least for like my family, we eat dinner around like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And with him and his friends, like they'll be like, oh yeah, let's do dinner. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And I like won't eat because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna eat in like 2 hours, when I'm thinking like, oh, we're gonna have dinner at 6, and then we end up having dinner at like 9, and I'm like, oh my God.
That's true. Yeah. Brazil, the dinner is always late compared to here. So anyways, if you have a dinner, 2 friends come over, and then you're gonna say the dinner will start 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. it's like they're gonna start, but people they're gonna come over, like they're gonna show up, I would say a way later, like 11, 10, 11. So it's different. But like here, people, Americans are more punctual. What do you say? More like
punctual.
Now
we're gonna move on to the more positive things. Every single day, we are learning something new.
Yes, that's true.
We're hearing, like for me, I'm hearing a new song, I'm learning a new word, I'm watching a new TV show, I'm like always learning something different about your culture, like.
Yeah. When you're hanging out, right, with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, we have like a couple Brazilian friends, so we hanging out with them, so we're always cooking, and she has like a different food. Now she's addicted to pão de queijo, the Brazilian cheese bread, so
of course
it's like every single day she has
I've gone through like 3 bags in the last week.
Yeah. So basically she has cheese bread in breakfast, lunch. Not for dinner because you're having pizza now.
It's because you give me a hard time about eating pizza, so now I've got to move on to cheese bread.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I never give her a hard time eating pizzas. That's not true.
So yeah. Definitely being from another country is really cool. I was telling him the other night when we hung out with his friends, because I was like, I almost felt like I was in Brazil, because we were at their home, we're listening to Brazilian music, everyone's speaking Portuguese, we're eating Brazilian food. It was like kind of like a cool experience. It almost felt like I wasn't in the US. So So it's always, that's the nice thing. It's always something different. We're always learning something new. And for me, it's kind of fun too, because I've never dated somebody from another country where like I get to show them new things and teach them new words, and yeah.
Even if people though they don't speak English, you feel like more, you can feel them. You can be like close to them, you know, like.
Yeah, his friends are
their
so
energy, I think
nice.
that, yeah, they're so positive. Like their energy, you can feel them. Like it's interesting, you know.
That's one thing I would say
different.
that's a bit different. And obviously this isn't, when we like talk about these things, it's not all Brazilians and it's not all Americans. But Americans definitely, I would say, on the whole, are a bit colder than Brazilian people. Brazilian people, at least the friends and the people that I've met, his family over FaceTime and stuff, are so kind and welcoming, and like his family over FaceTime is always like, come visit us, bring whoever, like you guys can all stay at the house. Like they're just like anybody come, we'll make you food, we'll show you a good time, we'll take you out, you know.
Leave Marcio there and come by yourself.
So I really like that as well. To just feel, even though we like don't speak necessarily the same language, I feel so welcomed, and yeah, they're all really nice to me, so yeah. That's nice. The other thing I would say, and I don't necessarily know if this is like just how Marcio is. I've never dated another like Brazilian guy, so I don't really can't compare him to anybody else, but
I'm different. Come on.
You're different from American guys, at least the ones that I've dated. He's so like, every single time we go out to dinner, he gives me the first drink of his drink, the first bite of his food. He's sitting at the table feeding me, always holding my hand, always has his arm around me, always kissing me.
When I'm driving.
Yeah, when he's driving, always holding my hand. That was the other really nice thing. Whenever we went on dates, you always picked me up. It wasn't like hey, like come meet me at this place. It was like, no, I'm gonna like, you know, get dressed, I'm gonna come pick you up. Late. But I'm gonna come and get you.
Late, but it's done.
So he's very like affectionate, very family oriented, which is super important to me because I'm very close with my family, and he's like gone above and beyond to become close with them. He gets them little gifts for holidays, and that's really nice. Like my family loves him, so that makes it a lot easier. I'm sure anybody knows that like if you don't get along with someone's family, it does make it really hard. And my family, their opinion is so important to me. So every single person, every family member, every friend that has met him, like right off the bat is like, we love him.
Yeah. But your family is easygoing, actually.
Yeah, my family is pretty easygoing, and they're very accepting of people, and they're not judgmental or anything like that. So
that's one thing people ask me a lot, if the Americans are judgmental. I would say no.
Some are.
Some are, yeah.
Certain areas of the U.S. there are definitely. I feel like in California generally, you'll find nice, people that are pretty accepting.
Yeah. Especially San Francisco area. Mm-hmm. The Bay Area is pretty cool. Yeah, but they don't care. They don't care what you're wearing. They don't care, you know. Like in Brazil, the people they care a lot, you know, about your status. So here they don't care about anything like that. You can go to the store, like the grocery store. Yeah, no, you can go to grocery store like on your pajamas.
Oh, you can't do that in Brazil?
I mean, if you do that, people be like looking at you. You're like, oh my god, that's, you know, look at the craziest one. Yeah, look at the weird.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, at least, well, I have that experience. So, I mean, here it's totally opposite. They don't care, you know. They don't judge as much they do in Brazil. And be yourself. Whatever you do, just be happy and do your shit and don't give a fuck about anything.
Do you have anything to say about what it's like to date an American?
Yes, it's different too because I feel like Americans are more independent. You guys have your mindset different from us. I don't know how to explain that very well, but it's different.
Well, one of the things that I thought was interesting, I was talking to one of your friends, and she was saying that in Brazil, women tend to like settle down faster. Like, you know, they get into a relationship, they get married, they have children a lot younger than women do here. And so maybe that might be like the difference in mindset.
Probably, yeah.
Whereas here, you're expected to go to high school, go to college. A lot of people go to get their masters. And at least for me, my mindset is more so like, I want to have a lot of things set in place before I get settled down and get married and have children. Maybe Brazil's a bit more like traditional, where it's, you know, like, is it more so like the man goes to work and like takes care of like the financial aspect, where the woman takes care of the home and the children?
Yes, this is more likely.
Where that's not how it is here.
No,
at least in most places
not.
it's not.
No, it's not. In Brazil, it's common people like that, like family, like will be like that. So the girls, you know, they got pregnant like super young, and comparing to here, the girls here, they get like
they're like mid-30s,
mid-30s,
early 30s,
yeah.
mid-30s, yeah.
But in Brazil, it's like, you know, it's rare to see women's having child after the 30s, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that there's benefits to both. I think that there's benefits to having children younger and children later.
Yeah.
But it's totally up to the person, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think that that could maybe explain why there's like a different mindset for the women, because we just have different like expectations here, and there's certain expectations that for women in Brazil, and there's certain expectations here for women. Is there anything else you can think of? Are there any bad things about dating American?
No, I don't think so. I don't think. Oh, okay. I think, yeah.
Okay.
So one thing, when I came here, I was like kind of looking around, and I was like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? The girls, they drink a lot.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Holy shit, they drink a lot. It was like so common, people to see like girls getting out of the club like drunk, or something. People like, oh, falling, and let me get it, let me help you out, yeah. So their friends helping them out. I was like, what the, you know, like what the heck is that? And for me, I used to go out a lot in Brazil when I was young, but I couldn't see like the
women acting like that.
Woman like that. It was so weird for me. I was like shocked because honestly, American girls are pretty, and I was like, Jesus Christ, the girl's like so pretty. It's just like throwing up like, I was like, no way. You know, right in the middle of the street.
That is actually pretty common.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are lots of girls that go out to the club every weekend. They're like
that's pretty
drinking tons of shots before they even go out, and then when they're out, they're drinking even more, and it's just like, and then they're sitting on the corner of some random street in San Francisco crying, throwing up. They've lost their purse. They're in a fight with one of their friends.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily know if that doesn't really have to do with like our relationship, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the differences.
So luckily you don't drink that much anymore.
I mean, I do drink.
No, you do drink, but not that.
But I don't get like that.
Wasted.
No. I like to be, I try to be composed at all times. I'm also just a really amazing girlfriend, so. Right?
Wait, what? I didn't get it. What you say?
I said I'm also a really amazing girlfriend, right?
Oh, wait, what? I didn't speak English very well.
No.
I love you.
All right, well, I guess that's it. I mean, we actually have a lot more things we could talk about, but this video is getting way too long. So if you guys actually we'll probably do another video like this, and we could talk about like how holidays are celebrated differently and some other like differences between like Americans and Brazilians. But if you guys have any actual questions that you would like answered, then leave them down below in the comments, or you can add us on Instagram and send us a message. And then when we do our next video, we'll try and answer them for you.
Sounds good. I'm gonna send a message on Instagram.
I'm gonna send you a message too. I'm gonna say, why do you not love your girlfriend?
I'm gonna answer in Portuguese. Because I don't speak.
You're speaking English right now! See, this is what we deal with.
Alright, thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys like it.
We didn't really do much eating.
Yeah, I'll just talk.
We just did a lot of talking. I talk too much.
Half a slice of pizza, so.
Zip it.
I'm gonna finish right now.
But please subscribe. Yeah, we're gonna finish our food. Please subscribe. Leave a like on this video. And like I said, leave a comment if there's anything you would like answered in our next video. And that's it. And we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Adios. Hasta la vista. Hasta
Baby.
luego. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Boa tarde.
Boa tarde.
Bom dia.
No, it's not bon dia.
Boa
Bon
tarde.
dia when you have your breakfast, your cheese breads. 8 cheese breads.
I'm having cheese bread right now.
No, this is pizza.
All right, bye.